Is she someone that you would go hit on in a bar?
Generally, I don't. And any women, I have my friends do that.
Hey everyone, I'm Kesha.
I'm Claire.
And we have to talk about Love is Blind Season 5, The Reunion. Let's start with the big question. Why was JP there?
Who invited him? How did he get invited before us? He said like 2 words the whole reunion.
Well, his socks were speaking loud enough for him. Why do you have American flag socks, first of all? Second, why did you bring it to this reunion?
Okay, and can we please just begin to unpack? He tried to defend his comments about Taylor's makeup.
I genuinely wanted to just let you know that I thought you looked beautiful without makeup. And that's the only thing I was trying to say.
But if you go back to the clip, that's not how the conversation started.
You're still awkward. And don't talk. This is the first time you've actually talked to me.
The conversation started when Taylor was like, why are you so awkward? Why are you so awkward? And he was like, well, when you came out, you had on all that makeup.
It felt like you were fake.
It was clearly he was not attracted to her. And I love that Taylor actually called that out to him and tried to get him to say it. And he, again, refused because he's a coward.
What do you think that it was?
I don't think that he was attracted to me from the second we met each other.
Does she look like anyone you've ever dated?
Maybe, yeah.
And the biggest shocker to me was that he found a girlfriend, someone else willingly dating him. Allegedly.
Okay. First of all, why did everyone on stage have a significant other suddenly upon the experiment ending? Everyone's been dating someone for like a year. But do we believe JP has a girlfriend? He said that his friends have to approach people for him at bars so that he can talk to people.
Like, they'll be the icebreaker, and then I'll get to talking after that, but I'm not a icebreaker person.
I'm gonna say it's allegedly, or he's catfishing somebody, or again, she's...
Yeah, I feel like he's dating like a virtual woman, and we're gonna see him on TLC's 90 Day Fiancé because he is being catfished by someone else in a like faraway place, and they may or may not even exist. So I'm excited to see his journey.
Let's talk about Chris and Johnie. Now, when we last saw them, they were dating, and then we find out they are no longer together.
Not only no longer together, but Chris cheated on Johnie, allegedly.
I didn't handle the situation as someone would properly.
Which is hilarious to me because everyone was calling Johnie the shady girl. She's so shady, she's so shady, she's gonna mess Chris up. And then Chris ghosted his girlfriend and got a new girlfriend.
We went opposite ways.
Well, I think you went an opposite way, and then...
Well, ultimately, after I did, I guess.
So, by the way, Chris.
Okay, I will admit I was harsh on Johnie. She did not help herself in the pods with her very weird relationship history. But I just assumed that she would be the one to cheat on him, leave him, break his heart. And then it turns out, lo and behold, Chris is the cheater. The quote-unquote nice guy. Gotta love it.
The quiet ones are always the scariest.
Way to play into a stereotype, dude. And then he's like, I got no regrets. I got the love of my life. I'm good.
What is this Love is Blind experiment to relationship pipeline that we don't know about?
I guess love isn't blind.
Because it's phony.
Okay, we're 5 seasons in, and like looking at the track record of all of the couples, especially this season, clearly this is a failed experiment.
It's phony.
It's failed. Love is a mess.
And yet we're still gonna tune in. I'm still gonna watch the hot mess.
For sure. Yes, I'm obsessed.
Now let's get into Uche and Aaliyah, or should I say just Aaliyah, because Uche didn't even show up for the reunion.
Why do you think he did not show up?
He did not want to be embarrassed again.
I'll read you for the filth you are, loser!
Miriam already dragged him to his face and he had to leave the whole room. So imagine a whole stage of people trying to hold him accountable. That man would implode.
Loser!
The thing that he texted Milton, I do want to get into that.
It's my wedding day. I just got married. Like having a text from Izzy, like, bro, how'd it go? Makes sense. We talked every day. Him, zero communication. He texted me. He said, hey, man, heard you got married. Want to talk about it.
Why are you obsessed with Milton and Lydia?
Okay, this is what that whole thing revealed to me, is that he is obsessed with Lydia. As much as he riles her up, he is all up in her business. Even Milton says that he was so weirdly interested in their relationship. I'm sure they dated. When they dated, he cheated on her and she broke up with him, and he has just been obsessed with her since.
Yeah, and now I'm starting to think he was projecting before and he's the stalker.
Clearly, if you're gonna be bugging her new man about details on their relationship because you can't get over her.
On the day of their wedding too, you're reaching out. Go away.
But I'm also happy that Aaliyah was happy and thriving and has a new boyfriend and seems to be doing well. Good for you, girl. Good for you.
Yes.
You deserve better. Nobody liked Uche. It was clear on that entire stage. And can I give a shout out to Milton? Okay, like he was in my bad graces with the whole control your emotions, but I loved how he handled the situation with Uche, drawing a boundary and just not playing into his game.
And Aaliyah said that she and Uche actually did date after filming or whatever, after we stopped seeing them on the show. But then Vanessa asked her if the Uche she dated outside of the experiment was more like pod Uche or like barbecue reunion Uche.
Barbecue Uche.
When you were dating?
Yes.
Yeah, and didn't she say that he said that she wasn't his type?
He had kind of mentioned to a few people that were part of the cast that I wasn't the type of woman that he normally found attractive.
Yeah, we know what type of man you are, Uche, and it's not a good one.
So we're glad he did not come to the reunion. We only wish JP had joined him.
All right, let's get into Izzy and Stacy. When we last left off, Izzy was monumentally pissed.
Makes me wonder, why are you 33 and single and not married? I'm 29 years old and I can give you everything that a f***ing rich 45-year-old man that you always go for and always fell with can't give you.
They basically did not talk to each other for a full year until they ran into each other at a bar.
And Stacy said that her family spotted Izzy at the bar and had a loving reunion. And frankly, that is a strange reaction from a group of people who knew this man for like 2 weeks on a TV show. My mom will not be hugging my ex-fiance if she sees him out at a bar.
It's very weird. Also weird that Izzy and Stacy are now very good friends. They talk. She gives him dating advice, I guess, but they're definitely not back together.
Yes, and Izzy, in fact, kissed Johnie at one point post-filming.
So you weren't making out at the bar. You guys left the bar. Or were you evermore?
We made out in his Jeep.
That could also explain why he went off on Johnie at the big reunion dinner they
Sexual
went
tension.
to. Right? Right?
Yes. Perhaps he felt he had made a mistake. Perhaps he was trying to take Johnie down in her current relationship so that she could be free and he could swoop in. It all makes sense.
Do whatever you need to do, but it was shocking.
Moving on to Lydia and Milton. Were you surprised that they're still married?
Kesha, I am shocked. These people appear bored, sad, and sleepy every time we see them. I don't know what they talk about. I don't know how they spend their time. All they do is like touch each other a lot. A, I don't want to look at it, and B, that can't sustain a marriage, can it?
I mean, okay, so they have rocks in common.
Cool, rocks.
Quick question, do you think he let her touch his microscope?
I think Milton is keeping his ancient microscope all for himself, and Lydia is not allowed to touch. She can look, but she cannot touch. But let's now talk about Vanessa, and she really kind of redeemed herself this season, I think. What do you think, Kesha?
A little. She asked some better questions and she didn't prod anybody about having babies, so there's that.
Yes.
But to be frank, that was a low bar to clear.
Yeah, that is true.
She went from asking the uncomfortable pointed question of when you're gonna have a baby last season, and this season her big uncomfortable question is, what is hooking up? What does that entail?
We never hooked up. It was never.
Wait, what is hooking up these days? Like full sex?
You can't really put one broad term on such a complex, nuanced situation, because even hooking up, I have follow-up questions.
This is the boomerification of Kesha. I'm looking up a phrase on Urban Dictionary. What is hooking up? It says, based on the age range and context, it can mean a number of different things.
Oh.
Middle school age, kissing or making out at most. Unless for those few mature sluts who make it further. What? Diction? Oh my God. Okay, so high school, generally having sex. For most freshmen and some sophomores, this means kissing or making out unless they make it further, which can be common.
How are they collecting this
And then
data?
for young adults, it says just sex.
Okay, I guess I'm a middle schooler at heart because I still always am just like, okay, so did you guys have sex?
For older adults, like parents, being really nicely helped out. Oh, so it's like my cable guy hooked me up with free cable kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they mean.
So when adults say that, they don't mean they had sex with the cable guy.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. I've run into a
So
lot
there
of
you
problems
have
with that
it.
one.
This has been a lesson in hooking up.
She also seemed sleepy. I was wondering like what was going on. She had no energy.
Girl, there was no energy this season, so I could see like, how are you gonna make this boring? I'm sorry, it was a very frustrating season that ended on a very dull note. So I'm just trying to see like, how do you make that exciting? I just wish, I don't know what I wish. At this point, I'm just glad it's over. This season was
It's
rough.
like we say we're glad it's over, but I still love it and I can't wait for next season. I don't know what keeps me coming back, honestly.
Even though the season was frustrating and we ended up with 2 couples and ended on a like kind of a lackluster note, I'm still here for the drama. So as long as Love is Blind keeps giving me that, then I'll continue to watch.
I think I'm addicted to like other people's problems. It gives me like, I can like gossip all day long with my friends and they're like no stakes because we don't know these people.
Yeah,
So
and it's
fun.
not happening to you, so it's great.
Yeah, exactly.